Welcome to The Late Show, everybody. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. New York... You know what? You know what that is? That is a wonderful sound to hear happiness in this room, because New York City has been on edge for the last 24 hours. Following yesterday's awful subway shooting, at least 29 people were injured, but thankfully all are in stable condition, and according to the NYPD, no one has life-threatening injuries as a result. We wish them all a speedy recovery. Kind of a miracle.
Yeah, it's a miracle.
Kind of a miracle that nobody has a life-threatening injury. And there is some good news, because the Brooklyn subway shooting suspect has been arrested. That's nice. That's fast. The suspect's name is Frank R. James. Authorities know this because a credit card with Mr. James' name on it had been found at the scene of the shooting, as well as a key to a van Mr. James had rented. He also left a cheek swab, a filled-out tax return, and his SoulCycle emergency contact. Very generous of him. One of the unusual facts about this shooter is that he is 62 years old, which means technically he wasn't on the run, he was on the mall walk. At the press conference announcing Frank James' arrest, there seemed to be a bit of a delay in Mayor Eric Adams giving us the good news.
First, we'd like to go to the mayor, live from Gracie Mansion.
My fellow New Yorkers, we got him.
For my reaction to that news, let's go live to camera one. Great. Do you have time? Do we have time for the rest of the show? I don't know. The NYPD department chief explained just how it all went down.
Crime Stopper tip comes in, reports that the mail is in the McDonald's on 6th Street and First Avenue in the 9th Precinct down on the Lower East Side in East Village.
McDonald's, well, then I hope they take his prison sentence and they supersize it. It's fortunate that James left behind plenty of evidence, because none of the station's security cameras were in full operation at the time of the shooting. Well, that's what the MTA gets for hiring the same guy who did the cameras in Jeffrey Epstein's cell. And it does, yeah. It does explain the new subway safety posters. If you see something, that's cool, we didn't. The MTA responded to this revelation by saying that no more than 1% of the subway system's cameras are out of service at any given time. Okay, I call BS. Everything in the subway is always broken. The escalators, the ticket swiper, the Metro card vending machines. What do you mean no cash or card accepted? How am I supposed to pay? Is this a barter system? I can't jam a chicken in that slot. The only thing that works, the only thing in the whole damn subway that works is the ceiling juice dripper. You can always get fresh ceiling juice. Whew. It's been a tough week for President Joe Biden. First, we learned that inflation is at a new 40-year high. Then, when he went out to Iowa to talk about ways to lower gas prices to try to help, he was upstaged by his lapel, because during the speech, a bird appeared to poop on Joe Biden. Look, folks, this is the kind of story late night was made for. In fact, Steve Allen started The Tonight Show in the 1950s to talk about a pelican guano bombing Ike. So covering this recent incident is the Late Show's duty. Well, it's the bird's duty, but it's our responsibility. Here's... way ahead of me. They're way ahead of you.
Yeah, they heard it.
Then, here's the moment it happened. Keep an eye on the president's jacket just above the flag pin.
It's about being made in America. A lot of that has to do with this industry.
And that bird is now the Republican frontrunner in 2024. Yes. It's already picked its number 2. Hold on, wait. I'm being told that we have an important bird poop fact check.
Well, actually...
According to an NBC political reporter, what fell on the president wasn't bird poop at all because, as he tweeted, I was in the room. This is an active factory, and pipes full of corn powder filled the ceiling of this event space. Corn powder particles were dripping on all of us periodically throughout the event. Boo! Boo on your fact check. What a party, not actual pooper. This guy sure seems eager to convince us it wasn't bird poop. Can we see a photo of that reporter? Aha! Aha! But fine. Fact check grudgingly accepted. It wasn't bird poop. It was just a gentle rain of industrial corn dookie. You can see for yourself because cameras captured what was going on in the room above the president the moment it happened.
Hey, I'm in here.
Speaking of, that's an exclusive. That's an exclusive is what we call that in the business. Speaking of embarrassment, it seems like everyone who came within burger spittle distance of the former president is under criminal investigation. And that includes disgraced former New York mayor and pop-up Halloween lawyer, Rudy Giuliani. Federal prosecutors are currently looking into Rudy's lobbying efforts in Ukraine. And back in April of last year, investigators seized 18 devices during high-profile raids on his home. 18 devices. Man, that's a lot of porn. But this week, Rudy generously offered to assist the feds in finding reasons to charge him when he helped investigators unlock several electronic devices by providing a list of possible passwords. It's a real bad sign when you have to carry around a piece of paper with a list of possible passwords. I'm happy to say The Late Show has acquired a copy of the list. There's Leaky Head Juice 21, Sex with Cousin 69, and 4 Seasons Total Manscaping. Speaking of manscaping, there's a scandal brewing for Brazilian president and grandpa on vacation who's driving grandma crazy with his stupid new hat. Jair Bolsonaro. Bolsonaro's opponents are attacking him after finding out the country's armed forces had bought tens of thousands of impotence pills. On the bright side, Brazilian soldiers no longer need their bayonets, and they're pitching their tents faster than ever. The armed forces claimed the drug was being used to treat pulmonary hypertension, but a reporter in one newspaper suggested that the dosages that had been bought were generally used to treat penises, not blood pressure. Well, either way, you might want your penis to cut back on fried foods. Plus, the official who exposed the Viagra spending also claimed that the Defense Ministry had approved the purchase of 60 inflatable silicone penile implants costing between $10,600 and $12,800 a piece. Wow, how high-tech are those things? In the old days, if you wanted an inflatable penile implant, you just made do with one of those noodle guys. Didn't work very well, but your penis did sell a lot of used Hondas. Now, this is especially embarrassing for Bolsonaro, who frequently boasts about his own virility, referring to himself as imbrochável. The Portuguese word roughly translates into English as unfloppable or flaccid-proof. Well, this'll teach him to be so cocky. We got a great show for you tonight. My guests are Claire Foy and Paul Bettany, but when we return, the house